Hey guys, we have a small group connection coming up in a couple weeks, and so we want to just touch base with you because you've been asked to be a group monitor. So we want to just walk through what the steps are involved with that so that you know what to expect that day. And we've done this a couple times now, so we feel like we've learned a couple things on how to simplify that process. Okay. And so this video, or it's just going to be a quick video to just walk through those steps, so just hang with us here in a few minutes. And I'm going to have Ben here. He's going to walk through the 4 steps for group monitors during this small group connection. But I want to just really quick talk to you about why we do this event. So basically, we've done a few of these now. We've had hundreds of people go through this connection event. And the main reason we do it is just because we want to help people belong. You know, people's number one psychological need is to belong. And so we can't fix all their problems in that 1 hour, but the number one problem we can address during that time is we can help them belong to a community, to a group of friends that they can grow with. And so the small group connection is just a really great way. We invite hundreds of people to come into a room, and in 1 hour's time, they can leave being connected to people. And so we need group monitors to help keep that organized. It makes me think of Jesus in the Bible when he fed the 5,000. Right? It was like, let's have a plan here. Let's divide this up. Let's be strategic. And so as group monitors, that's where you come in, just to help create some order in the room and to lead people and guide them through this process. And so, like I said, I'm gonna have Ben here just kind of walk through those 4 steps really briefly, and then we'll do a recap at the end.
Hi guys. So your main job as the group monitors is going to start with the leader. The group is going to pick a leader by vote, and you're going to confirm with the leader. Tell the person and tell the whole group, hey, this person's your leader now, and also confirm it for the person on the mic. And then you just want to affirm them. So the whole circle is going to affirm why they pick that person. Just let them know, hey, this is why we want to follow you.
And that's a really cool part I've noticed during that process, because everyone's kind of identified them as, you're the person I'd want to follow, and saying why. You can just see in them what that affirmation does, because they might be a little bit nervous to go, what, you picked me? But then to know why and just have the affirmation, you'll see it too. It's just really cool to see how that affirmation really affects them.
It's a powerful moment. They'll be so encouraged. And then simple things, like you're going to pass the roster and have everyone just put in their contact information and make sure that's all filled out, and then make sure that the new leader holds on to that, because they're going to need it later. And then we're going to jump in the process of calendar. You want to help them through process of elimination, figure out basically when is the leader available and at what place is available. And then once you've got that time and that place, then a really key step is make sure everyone puts it in their phones. Papers get lost. So ask them to get out their phones and put it on their calendar. And then once that's all confirmed, then you want to walk them to a stand-up meeting where they're going to get encouraged and affirmed and resourced to be new hosts.
Yep, and I think there's just a couple parts in there as a group monitor you'll notice where they will start to get a little bit hung up. And so for you as a group monitor, just to be a little bit assertive in those times, you're going to be hanging back during the process where they're identifying the leader and stuff. You're going to be on the outside of the circle, not sitting in there with them. You'll be kind of standing on the outside watching. And during the time when they start to narrow down when and where they're going to meet, that's where it gets a little tricky, because the leaders aren't really sure yet how to assert themselves. But what you want to help them do is start with the leader. Leader, when can you meet? What works for you? And then let as many other people that are part of that group that can make it. But if we start getting into all the different dates that may work for people, you can get stuck there a long time. So that's a good place to assert yourself. Just help them land on that time quickly. And start with the leader. So I just want to add one more thing. So that was for group monitors. And if you are a group monitor and also a community leader, you have one more step in this process, and that is to go meet your new group leader after our stand-up meeting. And so they're going to come over and meet with us at the end. We're going to give them some more affirmation, help set them up with good tools, but then we want to connect them with the community leaders immediately. The eyeball-to-eyeball connection is so important. For community leaders to be able to meet their leaders right then and there. They can exchange phone numbers. They can maybe even set up a time for their first little meetup. But that's a really, really important step for you if you're a community leader. We're going to have these tall tables set up in the middle of the room. They'll have a sign and it'll have your name on it. And so you just need to go find that table, and we will connect you with your new leader there before you leave the room. Super, super important step.
Really helpful is you'll also want to take a pic of the roster if you can. So that way you have all the contact information ready to reach out to them.
Yep. Phones are so handy in all of this, just utilize that technology that you have. So, as a quick recap, so we went over 4 steps that you will need to do as a group monitor. Number 1 is to help them pick a leader. So, you're just going to confirm who the leader is, that they got the most votes for being the leader, and then you're just going to affirm them, lead the group in affirming them. That's step 1. Step 2 is you're going to have them fill out the roster. So, we want to pass the clipboard around with the places for them to put in their names and contact information. Super important to do that. Step 3 is calendar. So you're going to help them pick a time and place to meet, and then encourage them to put it right into their phones right away. Yep. And then step 4 is to bring them over to our stand-up meeting. So at the end, we will be leading from the mic, letting you know the event is done, and we will say, hey, if you're a newly appointed leader, please meet us over here. We're going to have a little stand-up meeting. And so as the group monitor, you can take your new leader by the elbow and bring them over to us, because they'll want to linger. They'll be excited to talk to their new group members, and so you're going to have to be a little bit assertive here and just say, hey, we need to move you over to the stand-up meeting. It'll just take a few minutes. And if you can bring them over to us, that would be great. They can go back and talk with their groups afterwards, and we'll just meet with them for like 5 minutes. So those are the 4 steps. Hopefully you caught all those details. If you have any questions at all, you can actually ask them in the post right below this video. An opportunity for you to ask any questions, get any clarity that you need, and we will have more details to follow about where our meetup is going to be before the event and all that. But just wanted to talk through with you for a few minutes here. Thank you for listening to this video, and we're excited for this event.
Thanks, guys.